Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Michael Counts. I'd imagine, Michael, that it's perhaps more difficult, and I could be entirely wrong here, which is why I'm asking you, when you are doing your art because it's something that you are satisfying a need within yourself to do versus when you're working with a client to match their expectations with your creative vision. And that may not always be aligned. And I'm not saying that that was the case with this next client that I'm going to raise with you, but could you talk about what you created for the fashion designer Michael Kors in Shanghai, China?
Yeah, I mean, that was, you're right, it is always different when you have a vision that's purely your own and you're realizing it as an artist or as an entrepreneur or both versus when you're, serving a brand. I think, I always hope to bring enough, I don't kind of get invited to do the productions where they know exactly what they want and it's just, hired to execute their vision. That's not, there are people who do that. I'm not one of them. I'm definitely more of an out of the box problem solver and helper of creating a vision than of just executing someone else's vision. In the case of Kors, it was a huge team of people, lots of very creative people. I mean, the budget was almost $15 million for a one-night event in Shanghai to launch his brand for the Chinese market at the kind of peak of the luxury good arms race in mainland China. But, the joy of it was taking Michael's desire and working with a team of people to realize, to basically transport people. The brand at that time, the theme of that season was jet set, but, very true to Michael's sort of the vibe that his styles run in and the aspirational nature of a lot of his designs and brand. And Michael had been really impacted by a few places, New York, Capri, Paris, Aspen. There were places in the world. I think Capri is one of his favorite places. And it was just these places where, where luxury and style abounds. And so we took the places that had really been inspiring to him. And we thought, let's transport 1,500 people to those places. And we created a huge immersive environment, basically a 360-degree video projection that created a kind of virtual reality where people felt like they were being taken by, Learjet to these different places in the world, all inside of a 15-minute fashion show. And it was really compelling and really successful. We did it in an aircraft hangar. The CEO of Kors flew his jet to Shanghai and we used it as a prop in the show, which was wild. We created the largest holographic screen that had been made up to that point and had other holographic effects happen. So you really felt like you were immersed in the world of the show. It was thrilling and I'm glad I did it and I would do it again. It didn't have for me the same kind of, creative satisfaction of realizing a vision that's purely my own, but it was a joy to do that. And, I've done many other projects for other clients where you're helping them realize a vision and hopefully, my contribution was done in a very unique way to me. And therefore, I think of them when they're most successful as a true collaboration between the brand that is Michael Kors or another brand and what I have to bring to the table.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.